Hi everyone, Nate here. Just wanted to drop in and do a quick review of the new Blu-ray, A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, I didn't do a review of the movie by itself when it came out, so let's knock that out right here. I think it's one of the most impressive horror sequels ever made. One thing that I was particularly impressed with was the awesome visual storytelling, where they just take all the dialogue away, they build this world around you and let you fill in the blanks with what you're seeing. It is just awesome. But overall, A Quiet Place Part 2 delivered on all the same characters that we had in the previous movie, introduced some new and interesting characters, built the world out even more from the first one. Just couldn't be more impressed with A Quiet Place Part 2. So, I would give the movie 4 out of 5 stars. I knew this was a movie that I would definitely be picking up on Blu-ray because A Quiet Place Part 1 had a ton of special features and behind the scenes that filmmakers in particular could take a lot away from. Now, as far as the Blu-ray for A Quiet Place Part 2 goes, it leaves something to be desired, if I'm being completely honest. It still has a lot of good information, still worth checking out, but the depth of that information just isn't quite there. There's just not as much as I was hoping there would be. Just gotta hit pause real quick. Editor Nate here. I just did a side-by-side comparison of the special features on the original A Quiet Place Blu-ray and the Quiet Place Part 2 Blu-ray. Interestingly enough, they each have approximately 30 minutes of bonus material. However, the original Blu-ray only had 3 featurettes. They were each significantly longer. Part 2 has 5 featurettes, and they're broken up into more bite-sized pieces. I still feel like what I'm about to say holds true, so just hang on for the ride, but I thought that was good to mention. The special features include exclusive director diaries with John Krasinski, which he is really a talented director. Let me tell you, I am very impressed with both of these movies that he's made so far. I can't wait for his next one. The diaries, they're cool. They're just extremely, extremely short. I can't remember how many there were exactly off the top of my head right now, but I know that I wanted more of them. Because they were good. I mean, they were really, really good, and definitely you should check it out, like I said, and watch all of this stuff. But as you can see, the director diaries is their main special features selling point, and for me, there could have just been a few more. Probably my favorite part of this Blu-ray special features is the behind the scenes of the visual effects. It's a great look behind the scenes at the movie. They break down exactly what was a practical effect and what was CGI, and even cooler, they talk about how they mixed the two in several different shots. This is exactly the kind of thing that I feel independent filmmakers, low-budget filmmakers, DIY filmmakers can take a lot away from. Yeah, we might not have the big budgets of these Hollywood movies, but we can implement this way of thinking on a much smaller scale and make our movies that much better. A couple of the other special features deal with the sound design, which is very important because one of the characters is obviously deaf, and sound design plays a huge role in this movie, like it does in all horror movies, but they really go into some of the nuances of what they did with some particular scenes and the sounds, or sometimes the lack of sound altogether. And the last special feature listed on the Blu-ray is a featurette called Pulling Back the Curtain of A Quiet Place Part 2. It's not really that much of a deep dive into the movie, and it's kind of repeating some of the things that were said in some of the other special features that were on the Blu-ray. And if I'm remembering correctly, it was also fairly short. So just to recap real quick, A Quiet Place Part 2, the movie, I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It's awesome, definitely worth checking out, especially if you were a big fan of the original. You will not be disappointed in Part 2. The Blu-ray I was hoping would have a few more special features, or a little bit longer special features at least, maybe some commentaries this time. Neither of the Blu-rays for Part 1 or Part 2 have commentaries. Having said all that, I'd have to give A Quiet Place Part 2 on Blu-ray 2.5 out of 5 stars. But really, it's worth picking up just from the movie alone if you haven't seen it yet. That's going to do it for this one. A little bit different of a setup. This time I'm in what I like to call the war room. Let me know in the comments if you enjoy this more casual conversational tone. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one.